Hey, it's Cosmos Solutions 8. If you've been paying attention, Google rolled out FloC, Federated Learning of Cohorts, and it's going to basically ruin all of our lives and change digital advertising as we know it. And I'm only being like moderately facetious. But I have a prediction about it. I've been thinking about this nonstop, to be honest with you. And one of the things that occurs to me is this is going to give to the rise of lead aggregators again. And if you'll remember, there was actually a time where the lead aggregators were winning. They were the easy epicenter for traffic, and this was more, I think, from an SEO perspective. It was, back when SEO was a little bit easier to game, and instead of being able to generate leads yourself, depending on your industry, you would go to the lead aggregator that was doing it for you, and they were in quite literally every industry you could possibly think of, and they'd set up all these little honeypot sites, and all the leads would go to them from different conduits, and then they would farm out the leads either on an exclusive basis, or they'd sell like one lead to 5 people or whatever. And slowly but surely, that kind of that model, it's still around. Obviously, I owned a lead aggregation site, but it dissipated to a degree because Google got really good at granular levels of relevance or identifying relevance. And so now all of a sudden, mom and pop kettles, little whatever hospice business had the opportunity to not just meet but exceed the rankings of the lead aggregator, and it's because they were working on kind of this granular grassroots level. What's interesting about FloC is it's doing to PPC what had been done to SEO. It takes us away from the one-to-one position and brings us back into FloCs, and FloCs are basically groups of thousands of people, according to Google. And what's happening is you're being given the opportunity to see the way that thousands of people interact with you, your site, your ads, how they engage, how they convert, etc. And for smaller advertisers, that's going to heavily dilute the amount of information that we're able to see. And I say we, by the way, because most of my clients are in that space. We've got 130 some odd clients, and well over half are going to be in a position of where even ones that are advertising on a national level, they're not buying the swaths of data that you would need in order to really benefit from this. So it's not going to get better, it's going to get worse for those particular advertisers. Now, if you're the advertiser buying up all the data, this actually, I think, might potentially help you because A, it veils what you know from other people. So there's not the same level of democratization of information, at least not from a purchase behavior perspective. It's not like you spend $1 and you get $1's worth of information. There's a very significant economy of scale, I think, to this type of data acquisition. And the reason I think it's going to benefit lead aggregators so much is because they're the ones that are going to be able to optimize across FloCs. The broader your reach, the high. So it's a breadth and depth discussion. The broader your reach, and that doesn't necessarily have to be a geographical application, but that's the way that I'm thinking about it right now. The broader your reach, and the more you're willing to spend, the more FloCs or FloC-esque data buckets that you'll get. And again, I'm overstepping a little bit because it's all very new, and I can't say that I understand it all perfectly, but the way that Google has explained their FloCs is they're going to have noise, kind of randomized distribution in some instances, but over time, and this is actually explained in their risks when you go through their own documentation, over time you're going to be able to connect people to FloCs. And in so doing, you're going to be able to begin identifying the most valuable FloCs if you're spending enough across a broad enough area. And the reason I'm saying broad enough area, by the way, is because I would anticipate Google separating people into FloCs that are disparate from a demographic perspective. So like they're not going to take all the young people and put them in one FloC, or they're not going to take all the people that live in Scottsdale, Arizona and put them in one FloC. I think it's going to be interest-based, and the privacy concerns that everybody's citing tend to be demographically rooted in most cases. And so that's one of the primary concerns, and so that'll be one of the things that you don't have access to, which again goes back to the lead aggregators. If I'm a plumber in Arizona, I might not necessarily see the relevant FloC information And now that I'm thinking about it, man, if you're talking localized advertising, how could Google not put all those people in one flock, all the Arizonans that want plumbing? So maybe back up on what I just said a little bit, because I want to rescind that statement. And again, take all of this with a grain of salt, because I have no idea what I'm talking about. This is just me speculating. But even that aside, the lead aggregators are going to have the ability to view way more data, view the efficacy of that data, and connect people to Flux to an exponentially greater degree than anybody else will. And so I think what we're going to see for the next year, 2, 3, especially until we figure out how this is working and smaller advertisers are able to catch up, I think you're going to see the resurgence of lead aggregation companies. And it almost doesn't matter the industry, as long as the leads can be commoditized the way that most leads can. If you're looking for a moving company, or looking to buy a car, like those, they're pretty easy to funnel and to put you in front of the right place. So that's my prediction. If I were right about these things, I would be a wealthier person. So don't take anything that I'm saying, like don't go, gamble on the stock market and be like, oh, Qasim said this, then, whatever. But I think that these conversations are really important, because even if I'm wrong, and I probably am, hopefully it catalyzes, thoughts or ideas or discussions that lead us to the way that we need to be approaching this and mitigating risk and correct action and all that stuff. So anyway, something of a bumble of a video, but I'm interested in it, and I hope you are too. If you're not, let me know, and maybe I'll do less of these. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Comments if you have any questions or input. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Thanks for all of you that have subscribed, and I'll see you tomorrow.